My best friend Alex had one terrifying rule: never take his picture. It wasn't because he was shy. Every time a camera pointed at him, he looked truly scared, like he knew something bad would happen. One night, I ignored his warning and snapped a photo anyway. He went pale, begged me to delete it, and ran out of my apartment. The next morning, Alex was missing. And when I looked at the photo again, I realized he hadn't been alone in that room. My best friend Alex had one rule: no pictures. Not ever. At first, nobody cared much. Some people do not like cameras. Some people hate how they look in photos. We all thought it was just one of those strange habits. But Alex was not just uncomfortable. He was terrified, not nervous, not shy, terrified in a way that did not look normal. If someone pulled out a phone, Alex would turn his face away at once. If a group photo started, he would step out before anyone could stop him. At parties, he would leave the room if someone shouted, "Let's take a picture." Sometimes he would even cover his face with both hands, like a child hiding from something under the bed. The first time I noticed how bad it was, we were at a birthday dinner. Everyone was laughing. The cake had just come out. A girl at the table lifted her phone and said, "Smile." The second the phone pointed at him, Alex knocked over his chair, trying to get away. The whole restaurant went quiet. He stood there, breathing hard, his face white, his eyes wide, like he had just seen someone die. He kept saying, Don't take it, please. Not delete it. Not, I don't like pictures. Just, please." That was when I knew something was wrong. Later that night, I asked him why he hated cameras so much. He did not answer right away. We were walking home under a streetlight, and he kept looking behind us like someone was following. Then he said, very softly, "Some things can only see you when you let them." I laughed because I thought he was joking. He did not laugh. I asked him what that meant. He only said, "Promise me something. No matter what happens, never take my picture." I told him he was being dramatic. He stopped walking and grabbed my arm. His hand was shaking. "Promise me." So I did. I wish I had kept that promise. Over the next few months, I saw more of his fear. Once, a guy in a bar tried to take a selfie with everyone in the background. Alex saw the phone, cursed under his breath, and rushed into the bathroom. He stayed there for almost 20 minutes. Another time, I found him staring at a framed family photo in his mother's house. The glass was cracked. His face had been scratched out. I asked who did it. He looked at me and said, "I did." Then he walked away. That should have been enough. That should have told me this was not a joke. But when you know someone for years, you stop seeing the danger. Their strange habits start to feel normal. You stop asking questions. That was my mistake. One rainy night, Alex came over to my apartment. It was late, maybe close to midnight. The weather outside was bad. Wind against the windows, rain tapping hard on the glass. My living room was dark except for one lamp near the couch. We ordered cheap food and watched videos on TV. Nothing special, just two friends wasting time. Alex seemed tired that night, not sleepy, worn down, like he had not rested in a long time. He kept glancing at the dark corner of the room near the hallway. Every few minutes, his eyes would drift there, then quickly back to his phone. I asked if he was okay. He nodded too fast. "Yeah, I'm fine." But his voice sounded wrong. Thin, weak. At one point, the lamp flickered, just once. Alex froze. His eyes locked on the wall behind him. He whispered, "Did you see that?" I looked around. "See what?" He stood up, checked the hallway, checked the kitchen, then came back and sat down again. He looked embarrassed. I laughed and told him he needed sleep. He tried to smile, but it did not look real. A little later, he was sitting on the couch scrolling through his phone, and I got a stupid idea. I thought maybe if I took one quick picture and showed him nothing bad would happen, he might get over his fear. So I quietly pulled out my phone. I pointed it at him, and I took the photo. Click. The flash filled the room for one bright second. Alex screamed. Not shouted, not yelped. He screamed like someone had stabbed him. He jumped off the couch so fast that his phone flew from his hand and hit the floor. He backed into the coffee table and nearly knocked it over. His face had no color left in it. His eyes were huge. "Did you just take a picture of me?" he said. I started laughing, because I thought he was overreacting. "Relax," I said. "It's one photo. Delete it." His voice was low and shaking. I smiled, still trying to joke. "Come on, man." He took a step toward me. "Delete it, right now." Something in his face made my stomach turn cold. He was not angry. He was begging. I said, Okay, I will." But before I could unlock my phone, Alex looked past me, toward the dark hallway behind me, and all the blood drained from his face. For a second, he looked like he could not breathe. Then he whispered, "It's Saw." I turned around. There was nothing there. When I looked back at him, tears were in his eyes. He grabbed his jacket, rushed to the door, and left without another word. I ran after him into the hall, calling his name. He did not stop. He just kept going down the stairs, moving too fast, almost falling. That was the last time I saw him. At first, I was annoyed. Then I felt bad. Then curiosity took over. I went back inside, sat on the couch, and opened my gallery. There it was. The photo. At first glance, it looked normal. Alex on the couch, his head turned slightly toward me, the lamp glowing beside him, the coffee table in front of him. But something felt wrong. I zoomed in, and my whole body went numb. Standing behind Alex was a figure, tall, so tall its head almost touched the ceiling. Its body was blacker than the shadows around it, like a hole cut into the room. Its arms were too long, hanging down beside Alex's shoulders. Its fingers were thin and bent like spider legs. And its face, it did not have one. Where a face should have been, there was only darkness, a deep black space, like an open mouth stretched across its whole head. I nearly dropped the phone, because I knew one thing for sure. When I took that picture, Alex had been sitting with his back against the wall. There was nothing behind him, nothing. I called him at once. No answer. I called again, and again. On the fourth call, it finally connected. I opened my mouth to speak, but I heard only breathing. Slow, wet, close to the speaker, then a whisper, not Alex's voice. A voice so low, I almost missed it. It said, "Too late." The line went dead. I did not sleep that night. Every sound in the apartment made me jump. The rain stopped around 3 a.m., but I still heard tapping on the window. Soft, patient, like someone standing outside on the fire escape, touching the glass with one long nail. I never looked. In the morning, I called Alex again. Still nothing. By afternoon, his family reported him missing. His mother called me crying, asking if I had seen him. I lied and said he had left my place and seemed fine. I did not tell her about the photo. I did not tell anyone, because part of me was scared they would think I was insane, and another part was scared they would believe me. That night, I opened the photo again. I do not know why. Maybe I wanted to prove to myself I had imagined it. Maybe I wanted to see if the thing was still there. It was. But now it was closer. Its long fingers rested on Alex's shoulders. Alex's face had changed too. His mouth was open a little. His eyes were looking up. At the thing behind him, I dropped the phone and backed away from it. My hands would not stop shaking. I tried to delete the picture. It vanished. For 3 seconds. Then it appeared again. The next day, the police came to ask questions. They searched my apartment. They checked the halls, the stairs, the street. Nothing. No blood. No sign of a fight. No sign Alex had ever made it home. That night, the lamp in my living room began to flicker again. On, off, and in each moment of darkness, I thought I saw something standing near the hallway. Too tall, too thin, waiting. I stopped sleeping in my bedroom and started sleeping with all the lights on. It did not help. Every mirror in my apartment felt wrong. Every dark screen looked too deep. Every time I passed a window at night, I had the sick feeling that if I looked too long, I would see someone standing just behind me. 2 days after Alex disappeared, I opened my gallery again. The photo had changed. This time, Alex was gone. The couch was empty. The lamp still glowed. The coffee table was still there. But the black figure remained. Only now, it was no longer standing across the room. It was much closer, standing in front of the camera, as if it had taken one step after another, coming out of the picture, moving toward me each time I looked. Its body filled most of the screen. Its long arms hung at its sides. And where that dark, empty face should have been, I saw Alex. His face was stretched inside the blackness, like he was trapped under deep water. His skin was pale. His eyes were wide and full of terror. His mouth was open in a silent scream. He looked alive. He looked aware. He looked like he could see me. And then my phone buzzed in my hand. Unknown number. I answered before I could stop myself. For a few seconds, there was only static. Then I heard a voice. Weak, shaking, crying. It was Alex. Don't let it take another picture. Then the call cut off. At that exact moment, from somewhere behind me in the apartment, I heard the sound of a camera shutter. Click.